This weekend, and especially tomorrow, Veterans Day, we honor all veterans of all wars, living and those no longer with us. Expressions of gratitude come in the form of parades, solemn ceremonies, simple acts of kindness, or, in our case, sharing a powerful story. We recently learned about a program that recognizes veterans' past contributions by allowing them to contribute to society today. In our Sunday morning spotlight, Michael Schlesinger takes us to a confidence-building and community-connecting robotics class at the Milwaukee VA.
I see a building block there, and it is a building block of family, as in parenting, as in a veteran, and as in leadership.
In this case, Eric Kennedy has used many building blocks to create a robotic car. This 51-year-old paraplegic who served in the Army is one of the veterans taking a class offered at the Milwaukee VA Spinal Cord Injury and Disorder Center.
I really want to be able to do something with my hands and my mind to keep them active.
I'm amazed that I built this thing. You know what? I'm going to go up against Tesla with it.
Jerry Howell served in the Air Force. The 63-year-old from Racine has limited ability to walk. He's beyond grateful he's part of this group, meeting once a week on Wednesdays.
Nowadays, any kind of self-accomplishment, it feels really good.
Just to hear him, you know he's focused on his goals.
Programming them to identify colors that stop, or a sensor that makes them stop if they're touched, or even a sensor that has lights on it, like looks like a little space alien. Stop the vehicle. So
my job at the War Memorial Center is to try to remind people that veterans, just because they've already served, doesn't mean they're done serving. So this program has just been amazing since we've started it.
Sean Clark is program director for the War Memorial Center in Milwaukee. His organization is working directly with the VA on this particular project.
Because you're ready, you guys are ready.
He happens to be the facilitator here as well.
They're learning how to build. They're learning how to follow directions. They're learning how to program, how to code. And then they got to test it.
It's no surprise this instructor has his own teaching style.
They actually have lesson plans that you can use, but as any teacher that you've ever met, they modify the lessons because you got to utilize the groups of students that you have. So if you have low, middle, and high learners, you got to modify it so you actually have some of the high learners helping out the low learners, some of the mids helping out that working with the highs. Just got to have the students become the teachers.
The fact Sean was a medic in the Army helps him connect and make him even more relatable.
It's not just always mental health, it's just that feeling of need, like they want to contribute. Hey, just because, I might be missing an arm, or I might be in a wheelchair, I still want to be an active member of society. So I think everybody wants that, regardless of whether you're disabled, whether you have a mental issue, or if you want to know that you're doing something bigger than yourself. He just added his touch sensor on it.
This is the second class of its kind. The first was on making a robotics arm. Now the car, and soon, a dancing robot, all through the use of Legos.
That makes more sense.
Sam Doty is recreation therapist and is in the classroom every step of the way.
Technology and robotics isn't all for kids or for the younger folks, that it can also really relate to them and give them something new to explore and fulfill their cognitive skills.
But there are other motivations too.
Fine motor, dexterity, all the way to just socialization, working on your mental health, and then a big thing is community reintegration.
Sam says she takes such pride when she sees how effective the hands-on work really is. All she has to do is hear what's being said.
And they'll be like, oh, I did this 10 years ago on an aircraft carrier engine or what have you. And so I think just connecting the dots and just showing it step by step still, it's programming, it's just utilizing your functional skills and then working with the program directly, learning the program, and then applying those skills together.
The intent is to make this a much bigger program than it already is, perhaps nationally with sponsors and involving many students.
And they want to start like maybe an after-school program. They could actually start sharing their knowledge with the students. And the best thing about it is a lot of those programs are volunteer, kind of like when I coach. It's after-school program, you volunteer your time. Not only are these guys veterans, but they're giving back to the community. Yeah.